Good morning, Eric Arnold here in the secondary studio. It's Tuesday? No, that doesn't sound right. It's Wednesday the 21st of April. Terrible night last night, just terrible. 1 foot forward, 2 steps back. Kind of, well, like the New York Yankees. Hey, it's early, right? Hey, it's early. We're only 1/10 of the way through the season, so we can get it turned around. We can do it. Got a handful of plays today. Nothing really special. I didn't bother crunching the numbers to, show how much further under 500 yesterday threw us. But it did. It was a terrible day. Let's pull that up. I don't know. The only thing I'm sorry about on this Braves-Yankees game, a couple things. I lost, obviously. I'm sorry about that. Acuna did not play. And the Braves therefore did not score, apparently. It's like, I guess their whole offense revolves around him. I like that game. I still do. I'm still kind of, I'm thinking, I got to find places where I try to play teams I like and play against teams I don't like. I mean, some of this stuff I was right on with coming into the season. I thought the Royals would play better than people expected. I thought the Mariners would be better people expected. I thought the Rangers are always better than people expect. The Angels, that's about a wash so far. They're playing maybe better than I expected. The Dodgers have been good. I was right about that. The Yankees be overrated. I was right about that. And we're still losing. So it's like, damn. Maybe some things I'm wrong on. The Rays, they haven't found their stride yet, although now it seems like they're starting to. The Phillies stink. I was right about that. It's like, God damn. I mean, so I'm maybe trying to merge some of what I think with the model and come up with, So this was, it's like, I like the Braves. I think the Yankees are overrated. Perfect spot. Loser. It's like, damn. That's frustrating as hell. We were okay there with the Orioles. This Phillies game, a perfect example. It's like, here I am laying 152 with the Phillies, who I think stink. Zach Wheeler, who I do not like, for a couple reasons. And again, he might be a fine humanitarian, maybe very good to his mother, but I don't think much of him as far as a betting prospect. I think he made some comments to the effect at the beginning of the season last year he might not play. It's like, oh, there's a gamer. He had 2 starts at the end of the year where the Phillies could have made the mass playoff that they had, and it was bad. It's like, here you go, dude. Here's what for you passes for playoff baseball, and it was bad. And then last night, of course, he's supposed to be basically an ace. I mean, that's what he's being paid as. He's got a 4-0 lead, and he gives up 3 runs. He's giving up bombs to Buster Posey, who, is really not that good anymore. Sorry, Buster, but you're on the south side of 30, and you're just not that good anymore. At least that's what the rest of the National League tells me. And, of course, he sees the Phillies, and I guess he decides, oh, well, there's, Zach Wheeler. I can hit him. Bam! So, that's frustrating. And there, I knew a lot of that going in. Where am I? I'm on the Phillies. Huge loss. The Phillies bullpen explodes. I guess they just find these kids that are laying around the league that can throw 100. And maybe they're laying out there for a reason. This guy they put in there, he had been a solid citizen for the previous few starts that he had. He comes into the eighth inning. What's his name? Brogdon comes into the eighth inning. He's got a 2-run lead, gets first out immediately. Now he's got 2 more outs he needs to get, and he just can't do it. He gives up 6 runs. I mean, that takes work to give up 6 runs. I mean, part of that's on Girardi. I mean, it was clear this kid didn't have it. He wasn't fooling anybody, and Girardi just left him out there. He gave up the lead, and then he gave up all hope of the Phillies coming back, when that was Girardi's fault. So, in a way, it was almost like, what's your purpose here, Girardi? Is it to save the bullpen? Or build this kid's confidence? Because none of that happened. So I don't know. It was just one of those games. They lost. I lost. And then the Blue Jays, that was our top play. It just didn't happen. Blue Jays didn't hit. Very discouraging. I think they had, this is the beauty of modern day baseball. I think they had 2 home runs and scored 2 runs. It's like, gee whiz. I mean, you get 2 home runs, you should win the game. But, no one gets on base anymore, unless you walk, no one's on base. So they had 2, and, the Red Sox actually had a couple guys on base when they hit their home run, and that was it. That was a game. So, disappointed. I sent my wife a message just now. I don't know. I just had a random positive feeling this morning for my wife, so I just emailed her, "I love you," and that was it. So I'll mess with her head all morning. She'll be thinking, "What'd he do now?" What knick-knack of mine did he break? Or what's he screwed up now? Or what happened? Or why is he apologizing? See. You can't just be nice. So I'll, she watched these videos. She'd have a rationale for some of my behavior, and I'd have one more viewer. So, but she doesn't. So, she'll let her stew on that all morning. What I did as to why I just sent her a random "I love you." Let's see. Well, let's get to it. Yeah, I mean, again, my new thinking here that has evolved in the last 12 hours. I'm kind of looking for places to play against teams I don't like the Phillies. I keep saying that's a bad team. It's been a bad team. I keep saying that, and then next thing you know, I'm on the Phillies. It's like, son of a bitch. One of the best players so far this year, oddly enough, has been Gene Segura, who is, I guess, is he in a contract year? Because it kind of feels like it. I'd have to look that up. But he's playing harder than he did last year. He gets on base. He plays okay defense, and he's not playing today. He was probably out for a month because he pulled his quad last night, and it looked like he pulled it pretty bad. So, definitely gone for 2 weeks. Not in there today. They're starting shortstop Gregoris. He's got some kind of arm injury. The Phillies don't have much depth. I mean, they've got AAA guys out there all over the place. I mean, Mickey Moniak totally overmatched. Roman Quinn doesn't belong in the majors. McCutchen, he looks like he's basically finished. I mean, this guy was a superstar at one point in his career, but he is not good now. And, I just rattled off half their starting lineup. You got Bryce Harper and Real Muto, just pitch around those guys. And then, so we're basically looking at the Giants as a more complete team than the Phillies, a better team. And we're getting a decent price here to play the better team. So we'll go ahead and take a shot with the Giants. Don't have a real strong feeling about it. The model threw this one out here, the Astros Rockies. I'm not excited about it. This strikes me as another one where I'm going to say, son of a bitch, we just lost at minus 142 again. I don't have a rationale for it, frankly. I mean, the Rockies are nothing special, but they're at home, and they play better at home than they do on the road, that's for sure. And the Astros are one of these teams that I fade. Why is this there? I may delete that one. I don't know. Screw it. It's too late now. We'll just come back tomorrow and say, why were we there? Why were we on this game? So the game of the day, we like the Nationals. I mean, the rationale here isn't totally different than the Phillies game. In other words, Phillies have lead late into game last night, should win game, statistically speaking, and relief pitcher blows it. And now, we're all pissed. We're sad. So, advantage Giants. Well, same thing here. The Cardinals had a lead late into the eighth inning in their game with the Nationals, and the relief pitcher just couldn't throw a strike. He just, hit guys, walked guys, and, walks in the go-ahead run, and that's that. So Nationals then go on to win game. So we're thinking the Cardinals are now sad, and knowing they had one and blew it. And now they got to face back Scherzer. So, I'm thinking advantage Nationals. We haven't had a hell of a lot. If I had to pick something that's like, this is why we're losing, is we keep losing these big favorite games, which is annoying as hell. It's like, who do we trust? Do we trust Max Scherzer? I mean, he's usually pretty consistent. I think we lost with him earlier in the year just because we had the run line, and he was brilliant. He gave up no runs, and the Nationals, I think, scored all of one run, and we lost. It's like my pitcher throws a shutout, and I lost. Really? But we trust Scherzer enough that I think he's going to hold the Cardinals down. They don't have Soto. I mean, this could be another, but we're not playing the run line. We just need to win. And I think with Scherzer, even without Soto for the Nationals, I think they're just going to be a little better than the Cardinals. Now, this last game, this one I just kind of made up and just went off of, maybe this is where we need to go sometimes, is just put the model in the corner. But it sure feels like we're getting some value here. I mean, the Brewers have done nothing but beat the Padres this week. The Brewers are pitching lights out. They're just really pitching well. I guess this would be what you would consider their fifth starter, maybe, Hauser. And I guess we're getting a big price because, and I don't know how to pronounce it, Lamet. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. I'm pretty sure Lamet is how you pronounce his last name. Dinelson Lamet. He's making his debut. I know a little bit about the guy. He's on my fantasy team. He hasn't pitched all year. He's apparently some kind of strikeout artist. He doesn't go deep into games. It's his first start all year. I doubt he's going to pitch past frankly, the fourth inning. So, advantage Brewers. Devin Williams and Josh Hader did not pitch last night, so they're going to be available out of the pen. The Brewers are off tomorrow. I would think you're going to get 5-6 innings of Hauser and then Devin Williams and Hader, and that only leaves me one other inning. So, I think we've got a good chance here at a big price for the Brewers to sweep this series. So, I think we got good rationale on this one. So we're going to go ahead and put a star on this one with the Brewers at a decent price. But the Nationals game of the day, Brewers, we like that one. The other two, we kind of like that Giant game. I mean, we're getting to fade the Phillies. Yeah, like that. I have no idea why that Astro game there is up there. I have no idea. At any rate, so good. Hey, it's a learning process. Isn't that what they said? It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. My brother thinks the Philadelphia 76ers are going to win the championship, speaking of process. I don't know. I'm kind of gravitating back to the NBA a little bit. In that, I don't know, baseball's going to be enough to suck me in for the rest of, the spring. I need some more action. So I'm kind of starting to, look over at the NBA a little bit. It is, I think, an open year in that it certainly does not appear that there's one super team that's unbeatable, that every team has some vulnerability and somebody can beat them. So it might be, worth watching. Some of the years it was like, okay, well, I guess the Golden State Warriors will win by 15 or will it be 10? There's only so much fun in that. But it does appear to be an open year in the NBA. So I think we'll start looking at that a little bit here in a week or two as the playoff picture starts to take shape. And, maybe try to throw some opinions out there on that. All right, well, I appreciate anybody who's here. I haven't checked. I guess I'm going to take a quick gander at the channel just now. I guess I should have done that before we started the video. See if there are any comments I need to respond to. Had one request for, come on, you bastard. Problem with these goddamn pop-up windows is they get in the way of what you're trying to do sometimes. They want to notify you of every last thing that's happening in your life. You have an email, you have a text, you have this, you have that. Altria stock is down 5%. It's just overload of information and you can't get to what you need to. All right, so let's see. It looks like we had one request for a picture of the 1980 world champion Plowville Hawks. We'll get it. We'll find it. That's going to come up in a subsequent video. Pittsburgh Louie, it looked like he was with us on that Toronto game last night. He got hammered on that just like we did. But he's been doing pretty well. So, if you are unhappy with our losing picks, hey, look in the comments. Pittsburgh Louie, he may actually have it. And, it might be worth paying attention to what he's doing. Colonel Peter C., he enjoyed our eulogy, so I appreciate the kind words there, Pete, as always. But let's get this on the internet, and I guess we'll probably see you tomorrow. Thanks, Eric Arnold, signing off.